Hello everyone, it's me, the FUI guy. Get out of here, car. Farming under the influence guy. As per tradition, 9:17 in the morning on a Saturday, or September, sorry. Ah, yes, can't get any better. Delicious. Alright, farming under the influence guy, not recommended in real life. Today we are going to be talking about balers, baling, and forage wagons. I took the liberty of spending the money and grabbing the equipment prior to the video. Balers, there are several options. There's the round balers, there's the little tiny square bales, and then there's the big rectangle bales. For this video, we're going to be showing you just a round baler with options of different sizes. So the one that we bought, I'll actually go to the store so you can see pricing. There's all kinds of different types here. Here's your little guys. Here's some round balers. Then you get into the square balers on the end here, these big fellas. There also are balers that you can wrap stuff. Say if you're baling grass and you want to turn it into silage, you can wrap it. That's for another video. We are sticking with this baler. This one, as you can see on the left, it requires 100 horsepower. It has, I believe it's 3 different types or sizes of bales you can use. You can see on the left 127 centimeters to 180 centimeters, and I believe there's one in the middle. I always use the bigger bales because I feel you can bale more quicker and you have less bales around. Before I show you that, you can also, there's several ways to pick up bales. You can use a front end loader with bale forks, or they have other different types of equipment for it, and just a regular trailer. Or if you can, the best way would be to splurge and get a bale loader. So we bought, under bale loaders, this guy, which will do strictly round bales up of the 3 sizes that we were looking for. And in the options, there is one for big rectangle bales, but we're not using that, so we don't need it. But there's options for both. That's your end game. When you got money, use these guys. The third thing we'll be talking about is forage wagons. It essentially does the exact same thing as a baler, except it leaves the straw or grass or hay loose. So that would be why you would need that building there, your hay loft, to store it, because you can't store it in a nice little tight round up bale. Alright, let's get this show on the road here. Let's just go pick a random row. Let's go. Right over here. Now, as with anything else, you have to turn it on, blah, blah, blah. But if you hold R1 on the PlayStation, you can change between the 3 bale sizes. So we'll go up to the big bale size. When you are using the bale loader, you cannot have different size bales on it. So you can't have half a field of 125 centimeters, half a field of 180 centimeters. The bale loader won't pick it up. So you would have to do it on 2 separate trips. So we'll just use the big size. There's also an automatic drop you can turn on or off on this, so it'll automatically start dropping for you, which is nice. But you do have to remind yourself to stop the tractor, so I'll show you that. Alright, first things first, we'll lower the pickup, turn this bad boy on, I'll put the automatic drop on, and we're off. Balers can pick up hay and grass as well as the straw that we're picking up currently, but we don't have any of that available at the time being here, so we'll just stick to this. I'm going to get to at least having 1 bale filled up before I skip time on you guys here. I would recommend, I'll get into grass and silage later, but if you're not using modifications with silos that turn grass into silage automatically, I like the baler option where it wraps it for you afterwards and you just put it somewhere and it'll turn it into silage on its own time. It ferments. As you can tell, this is a fairly large bale, the 180 centimeter one. Like we're already at 7,000 liters of straw, and we still haven't become full. But we're getting closer. Baling is time consuming. One thing with baling and with forage pickup, your hired hands will not help you. You can hear the beeping at 85% full, so that means we're getting close. Yeah, your hired hands will not help you, so you have to do it all yourself. Now when you hit 100, you see it automatic drops, so you just back up the baler. It drops off, and you continue on. I'm going to do about half this field with bales, and then I will pick up the bales with the bale loader, so I will see you in a few minutes. As you can see there, sometimes bales will roll, and that's just because you're on a hill. There's nothing you can really do. Sometimes the game will automatically stop them, and other times it won't. Sorry, I got something in my throat there. So sometimes if they do want to roll, if you just back up your baler against them, they'll stop. You can take off. There'll be no issues, and you'll be good to go. I'm going to finish this bale, and then we'll move to the picking them up. So I'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, now that the baling is officially wrapped up, we can take this oversized bale loader to go pick up our 3 bales. There's an operating position and a transporting position, so we'll put it in the operating position, and you can just stroll up to the bale. As soon as you're close, the game will just kind of glitch the bale into its required spot. So you can keep moving, you don't have to stop. It kind of does its own thing there. And we'll go grab the last one. It'll stack it into 3 high and push it back, and if you had more bales, you would just keep adding to it. It holds 21 or something like that. And then you just take it to your sale point, or if you're keeping it, if you have animals or whatever, you keep it on site somewhere on your farm, and you can deal with it as you please when the time arises. For now, we're just going to drive all over our perfectly manicured grass and park right in an odd spot. So that's it for baling. It is super simple. If you have the money and the horsepower, the big rectangle bales hold much more straw and grass and everything else, so I would eventually head that direction. But for beginners, this is more than enough setup for a relatively decent price. Now, to the forage wagon. There isn't much to it. Same thing, it's got to pick up just like a baler. We'll drive out there, it'll build this thing up. This thing holds 26 tons, I believe. This is one we bought. Yep, 26 tons. This does require a tad bit more horsepower. 130, so nothing crazy, but that's just because you're pulling so much weight as well as using the hydraulics. There is a silage additive tank on this. It's a mod. So if you have that, if you click yes, it would add additive to grass and you'd get more silage for it. That's the thing for the silage days, but we'll stick to this for now. So we'll jump in our little Valtra tractor here. So you can see those bales held quite a bit, and this, you will find you'll have to do more It feels like you're going to be full really fast with this thing. At least that's the way I kind of feel with it. Same thing, you turn it on, the pickup will give her. You can see the product just ramming into there. And that is it. Forage wagons I really like. It keeps things, it's one vehicle instead of 2 or 3 with the baler and the baler loader, or potentially a wagon and a, a trailer and a, like a bale fork and stuff like that. And you can take this stuff if you have animals and you can just unload it right into a pen. Whereas with a bale, you need to use like you have to have a little piece of equipment that chews the bale up into straw before you can give it to your animals. So I find it a little more versatile. There are a couple mods where you can get some ridiculously large ones for cheap. So that's worth looking into. And they don't require that. That one is like 220 horsepower, that mod. It's a good one to look into. But as you can see, we're already 30% full, and I know that 180 centimeter bale held more than this, so you would feel like there's lots of trips, especially if you're planning on selling this. You would have to make, if you had a big field, you'd have to make multiple trips after this has been filled to take it to your sale point, where with the bales you might be able to get away with one load of the bale loader. All personal preference. But I prefer this method. And that's it. There really is nothing else to it. I'm not going to put you through the ringer here. I'll just show you how to unload this. And that'll pretty much do it for this video. I'll do one more pass. We may as well, right? See if we can fill it up. Don't think we'll be able to. Yeah. What else do I have to say about these? There are cheaper ones. They're very small, so that would be a good beginner thing, but it is super annoying with going back and forth between your hayloft and this and that. That's another reason I guess some people might lean towards the balers if you don't have the upfront cost of a hayloft, or if the game mode you're in doesn't have one to start with. You may find it too much money to pay for everything at once. Where with a small round baler or something, you could get the baler and a tractor and a pallet fork with a front end loader, or sorry, a bale fork with a front end loader, fairly cheap. So it's all about what position you're in and so on and so forth. But this is the perfect time to have a drink, isn't it? Just a wonderful day. Well, we were unable to fill this up completely. Darn. There's not enough straw. But I'll show you quickly how to unload it, if we can get this thing going. For haylofts, there's also a ton of mods for storage of this stuff. And they'll store it. It'll automatically turn grass to silage. It'll turn grass to hay. It'll do basically whatever you want. So definitely look into that. This one is just a hay, grass, and straw. Pull up to it. There's a nice little fan here. It'll just vacuum, sorry. This part's a little unrealistic, but it just sucks it up. Puts it into the hayloft. Takes a little while, especially if you use the one that has 200,000 it holds, whatever. And if you were to say you wanted to sell that stuff right now, you would just easily drive right underneath here, hit start filling. This gives you the hay or straw option, and you just start dumping hay in there, or straw. It is really as simple as that. Once the straw is in the hayloft, you can see by going here, it shows you how much straw you have, 16,000. Or if you go into your product screen and scroll down to straw, it's there as well. But if you happen to be right beside it, you can take a quick peek, and easy to tell. Again, I personally prefer this route, but I have used this route very much so. One more sip and then we'll sign off. Alright everyone, that's it for the FUI guy, Farming Under the Influence guy today. It was a short little video, nothing crazy. I'm probably going to make a video about grass, just so you can see the baling and turning it into silage, or using a hayloft or a modification or something like that. But we'll see that at a later date. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think. And yeah, we'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching. See you later. Signing off. FUI guy.